Hello, everybody. My name is Jacob Wimpheimer, and I did my internship at the Freedom Prep Academy. And let's see. How did you arrange the internship? Well, it's all about who you know. And at the job I currently work at, which is a job dealing with troubled teens and trying to reintegrate them back into society by teaching them interpersonal skills, I used the therapist there. I asked them for multiple months on where they were doing internships at. And one of my friend therapists from work showed me that they were doing internships at this place called Freedom Prep Academy. And that's how I got in. But I also searched like crazy on where to find internships. And what it came down to was just really perseverance is how it is. Along with perseverance, it really did get discouraging because and I hate to say it, but the internship office did very little to help me with anything to do with my internship. They ignored my calls and everything. So how did I find and arrange the internship? Through my own hard work and through friends that I know. Now, because the screen can't capture everything here, I'm just going to exit out and we're going to go right here. Okay. What were your responsibilities in the internship? Well, come up with workshops for kindergarten and high schoolers. Separately, of course. It'd be hard to keep the high schoolers engaged while entertaining the kindergartners, and I'll get to that in a minute. For social workshops, that sounds funny, but workshops for social skills, and to come up with how to talk to your teens about porn for parents and the dangers that are within. It's quite interesting. What made all this real fun was I had a lot of creative liberty, and by a lot I mean I made everything from the ground up, and I had a great time doing it. I love doing presentations and workshops, no matter what it's about. The biggest thing other than that was I would do check-ins and push into class for the elementary kids. I would check in with the elementary kids as well, but really the biggest thing that I had with the elementary kids was just making sure that they were on task, not freaking out at their teachers or peers, and that they were able to understand the material that they were was in front of them. And if they couldn't, I would come in and help or prompt them or redirect them to what they needed to do. But those workshops, man, was fantastic. I love them. How did you benefit the site you served at? Oh, Wednesdays I would do the elementary school side, and I would sit down twice during that day. One was for lunch, and one was after I had clocked out. it just was so back to back. It was so nuts. And it was me doing push-ins, check-ins, responding to instances. Oh, and I should explain, but Freedom Prep Academy is a charter school, and a lot of it is they serve special needs very well there. So I dealt mostly with that side of the school. But at high school, I did more menial tasks. I would help make suicidal awareness packets back in October. I'd help my supervisors with anything they really needed. And over at the high school side, it was creating predetermined classes to help out the kids around. And then I would also help the kids that were in stressful situations as well. I'd go to them, ask them, and try to get them calmed down, or have them follow me to my supervisor's office, because I'm not a licensed social worker yet. So, how do you benefit personally from the experience? Well, I now know my wheelhouse is teens, and I know kindergarten is the exact opposite of my wheelhouse. I could speak in front of adults, teenagers, and I would feel no stress or fear or anything. But as soon as you put me in a workshop in front of kindergartners, it was like a shotgun blast. It was 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there, and I was done with the workshop, and I felt like nothing came across right. And it built onto what I already knew. Like, I've been working with troubled teens for 4 years. Mind you, it was more of a physical aspect, like I was, in charge of a dorm there, but it let me know how to talk to teenagers more, just better. And the best part was my interpersonal skills for teenagers became amazing through this other job that I had. But as for the internship, it just built onto that more and let me expand it to elementary side of things. There's a saying out there, what is the most important aspect to keeping a relationship going? Communication, communication, communication. And that just hits the nail on the head there. It's how to communicate with different age groups, because if you can't communicate well, you can't teach well, and if you can't teach well, you're not going to have a job there. Would I recommend this site/experience to other students? Absolutely. Coming up with workshops to help out other students or parents were fantastic, but also pushing into classes to see how well they were doing in classes was quite rewarding, and helping out with that, or seeing how they react kind of naturally. Here. To situations. Like, you would go into class and just kind of be back there, and they would, they wouldn't really notice you because you're an intern, and you just see how they act in class. And that's exactly how a lot of the job was. Buddy Ivy here in Provo, or Matt Fulmer, they are the people to speak to if you're interested in an internship. Here in Provo, Utah, it was great. You're looking at COO / principal, and then like treasury, head of treasury. I forget what Matt's full title was, but they're the head guys. And the entire experience was great. And although I didn't necessarily like elementary school, it helped me realize that my better or more enjoyable portion of it was with teenagers. So, anyways, that's all. Thank you and have a wonderful Christmas, y'all.